Hello and welcome back to my enchanted chamber. I am the Soul Enchantress. And today we're going to discuss, is heaven real? Is hell real? What is heaven? And what is hell? What are these concepts that for millions and millions of years people seem to ask themselves? People are fascinated by it. I've also created a video quite a while ago about, I think it's called What is Death and How Not to Fear It. So I might actually leave a link for it in the description below. If not, please take a look through my, I believe it's the Soul Messages playlist and you'll find it. So I did speak a little bit about heaven and hell there as well, but this video is literally talking about what is heaven, what is hell, and why people struggle with these concepts, and how you can pretty much figure out what you want to accept, whether it is the concept of heaven or hell, or what it is that you can do to move towards it, or how you can do that. Okay, so all right, let's start with what is heaven and hell. Now, at the end of the day, the definitions for heaven and hell is not actually what people think it is. So heaven is not a place where angels sing and everything is multicolored and oceans of wonder and etc., etc. Yes, it is, but that's not how it looks. It's just the way the energetic concept of heaven has been used to describe it, so that the person who doesn't understand energetics can actually relate to it, or have some semblance of a three-dimensional idea of what the concept of heaven is about. And hell, this is my favorite. Hell is not this place of absolute pain and red fires and molten lava and debauchery, whatever it is that you think it is. There's nothing wrong with debauchery, depending on what context you use it in. So, though again, heaven and hell, the age-old concepts that people think it is, that's how it's decided. Sorry, not that's how it's that it's just been used to describe it. So I don't know who started describing it, but whatever it was, the reason that they did it is to give you the idea of what it is and to explain or give voice to what the energy is. Now, having said that though, the actual ideas of what heaven and hell, people tend to understand, like I just said, the angels singing or the burning fires of hell. Those concepts, the imagery used is not real, but the actual concepts of it are kind of what heaven and hell is. So heaven and hell is actually not a place, okay? So you don't go up to heaven and down to hell. That's not how it works. Heaven and hell are vibrational realms. So that is what heaven and hell is. Heaven is a vibration that is in a higher dimension, and it is a very, very high frequency of vibrational energy. Hell is a lower vibrational energetic field in a different realm or dimension. Okay, so why do people struggle with it? Because heaven and hell are energetic concepts, and most people struggle with it because they are not they're not aligned with their souls. I believe that 90% or 95% of the entire world's population actually lives their life pretty much asleep. They are not aligned with their soul. They believe that everything in the physical world is what reality is, and that is as crazy as can be. And my clients and I discuss this so often, where we sometimes actually say, just wish there was a way to let every single person feel how we feel when we understand what your soul really is. Okay, so I get really passionate on this topic. Now, so that is why people struggle, because they don't understand the energetic concepts. They are not aligned with the energy of their soul, and therefore the concepts themselves don't actually make sense. Okay, and there's also a lot of fear related to dogma that has been built into the concepts of heaven and hell. But the idea of them, of be good and go to heaven or be bad and go to hell, it's not black and white, and it's not cut and dry as, be good or be bad, but it is good and bad, again, is being used to refer to the vibration of a person, meaning good meaning a higher vibration and bad meaning a lower vibration. Okay, so it's not the concept of good and bad that you and I know. Okay, so that's why people struggle with it. Okay, now we get to the actual really important part. Now, how do you understand the idea of heaven, and how do you understand the idea of hell, and how can you go to heaven, or how can you go to hell? I mean, if that's your preference, that's your preference. Who am I to judge? So and this is another thing that I don't believe that a lot of people, even though they maybe spiritual people, don't actually get this concept either, or they intellectually get it, but they don't really understand it. The only mission of your soul in this lifetime is to work through your experiences and to raise your vibration and your energetic the energetic body to a certain level, so that when your life on earth is finished and you transition into being spirit, and you no longer have use for the body that you've occupied or the vessel that you've occupied in this three-dimensional realm, when you leave the three-dimensional realm and you move on to your spirit form, the vibration that you vibrate at is the vibration that is going to dictate what realm or dimension you are going to access afterwards. Okay, so I also speak about this in the video how not to fear death. So you may have heard me speak about this before, but I'm going to go a little bit in depth here. So what this means is, even though people think that their purpose may be to do X in this world or do Y in this world or whatever it may be, the XYZ is purely the vehicle to work on your vibration, because at the end of the day, and Buddhist practice this really well, they speak about it, but they don't not necessarily understand what it is either. The only thing you can take from this world when you leave is your energetic vibration. You cannot take your physical body. You cannot take all of the material things that you've accumulated. You cannot take the houses. You cannot take the money. You cannot take the cars. You cannot take your clothes. You can't even take your relationships. You cannot take the people with you. You cannot take anything apart from the vibration of your soul. And that is why soul work, or working on your soul, or understanding the reasons and the experiences and the information that your soul wants to understand in this lifetime is crucial, because that is your only mission. It is not the business you run. It is not the family that you care for. It is not the wealth you create. Those are all simple byproducts. That is part of your experience on earth. But the real gold, the real treasure in this lifetime is for you to get the vibration of your soul to the level that you need to, after having completed all of the experiences that you need to experience, so that you can transition into the realm that you need to go to. And this is where the heaven and hell concept comes in. Heaven is when your vibratory rate puts you into a realm that is more blissful, that doesn't understand duality and polarity, that doesn't experience emotions in terms of pain, that is compassionate and loving. And hell is when your vibration for when you actually pass from this world is low, and you actually transition into a realm which is at a lower vibration, so a fourth dimensional realm, or a realm that is actually lower, a dimension or a reality or a realm that is actually a lower vibration, where you will find similarities with your earth existence, where you will find similarities where things move slower, where you will find similarities where manifestation doesn't occur as quickly. You will find similarities where there may be certain types of emotional toxicity, such as anger or pain or grief or whatever it may be, jealousy, whatever. So that is where this concept of heaven and hell comes in. But the reason that the concepts of heaven and hell have been created is to make you understand that your mission is actually to work on your soul, because that is all you can take. So the vibration of your soul at the point of when you cease to exist in this three-dimensional body dictates whether you move on to a higher dimensional heaven or a lower dimensional hell. And that's all it is. So I'm sure you've got multiple questions, and I'm sure there is a series of videos that I can do. But I hope this has given you something to wrap your head around, and also concepts that you can think more about and understand. And somewhere at your core, even if you think I'm crazy, somewhere at your core, this message will resonate. And that's how you know it's the truth. Okay, I hope this has been helpful. And as always, if you would like to work with me, to raise your vibration, to work through any type of emotional or mental challenges you have, to grow your business, to parent better, to make your relationship and your love life stronger, to be who you want to in this world, and to make a difference and to reach people, I would love to hear from you. And the easiest way to contact me is through my website, soulenchantress.com. And I wish you a joyous day and beautiful blessings.